already on there, all the pulleys set up and everything else. We got the intake already built for the truck. The next step is to finish off the heat exchanger part and water box. So we already have the water box already pre-designed. We're gonna finish cutting the rest of the pieces so we can start mounting it and everything else, and then we're actually in the process of building the heat exchanger for it. So it'll have its own core set up to where you know, when he's driving down the road and everything else, it'll actually, because it's not a race car or anything like that, so, or you know, race truck, so we won't be putting, you know, the customer won't be putting ice in it and everything else, so it'll just run like on coolant or anything. So we're gonna develop a nice heat exchanger to where still control or pull some of the heat out of the water that goes inside the Whipple. So, you know, just to try to get as efficient as possible, and you know, to make sure it just doesn't run hot. You know what I mean? So
that heat
everyone knows that when you run a Whipple or anything like that, supercharged stuff like that, you know, when they run super hot, obviously you lose power. So we're gonna try to keep it as efficient as possible, especially for a daily driver or, you know, a cruiser like this where, you know, he wants to cruise it. We're gonna end up what we utilize is these vibrant cores. So they're actually universal oil cooler cores, but we've done a few in the past where you know, obviously we use them as heat exchangers for water and everything else, and they actually work tremendously, like badass. So we're gonna make a custom deal where it has actual fan shrouds. We're gonna put 2 fans on it too to help it as well, so not just the air that, you know, whenever he's moving, it's hitting the core. We're also gonna have a fan pull air through the cores. So we're gonna set it up like that, and then, you know, just to, like I said, make it as efficient as possible, and then you know, try not to get the water to stay super hot. So anything helps for this application. Like I said, it's nothing crazy. It's not like a big race build or anything like that, but from what I'm told, this motor should make some good power. It is a 427, so we'll see. But yeah, these are the cores. I'll open one up. You can come check it out. And like I said, there's a bunch of companies out there that have, you know, heat exchangers and everything else, but since we like make everything ourselves and kind of make it custom, and like I said, this truck is everything about custom. So you see, it's real small, but we're gonna end up putting 2 of them, and I think we're gonna end up mounting them is like right here. So there's enough area here. We can technically come down here since that's where the frame's at, but we're gonna keep it tucked in just so that way it's not really visible from the bumper. So we're gonna keep it as probably the same height as the sway bar. We'll probably do something like that. So we'll have 2 like this. The intakes on the side, you know, you're in, you're out, and then on the top of it you'll have your fan. We'll have enough room to have a fan shroud set up for it. We'll do something like that. So we'll go ahead and get these cores ready, basically clean the edges up, repolish the top and bottom, and get after it. So
long days, long and nice, you feel? Now, I don't even know lately. Take it, go. It's too much. Whoa. I'ma do it anyway. Put him in the dirt. Say it again, man, and that's a reverse. Never rehearse. Jumping in first. Call up the nurse, put the beat in the hearse. This is absurd. Take the berserk. Don't get on the tracks, man, and they better swerve. Don't got a nerve, man, I never curse. Just casting these spells when I'm spelling these words. That's real. That's too real. I've been Roosevelt, I need a new deal. Trying to figure out what I should do still. I'm really never waiting here too still. I don't even know what I should say at all. Should I jump on in? Should I get involved? God surround me, they love to talk. I take it all with a grain of salt. This work that I'm doing, they never see through it. And all of this rap that I see that they ruin. I came in the game and I'm trying to undo it. And still they all say they don't know if the shoe fit. I gotta see through it, man, won't be deluded. With all these illusions, I know it's disputed. I gotta keep growing, they see what my root is. I tell you I run this, I'm done with excuses. Give me for a minute, trying to get what I've been giving out. Do it for the tickets, I don't listen to the critics. I'ma push them to the limit. And the scrimmage, I just play him when I'm in it, trying to run it till the ribbon. And they know that I've been tripping when I make them see the vision. Man, I put them in the prison with these bars that I've been spitting. And this life that I've been living, I'ma go, I'm on a mission.
Take two for the drop, jaw plotting on the boy. See me putting in the work, whole milk, I don't do the soy. Always been about my king, never about the money. Now you know I'm a trap before I stop the grind. I'm a trap before I stop the grind. I'm a trap before I stop the grind. Said I got my eyes on. My eyes on.
I just did a 24 song in a place, in a building, they already know my name. At the show, she gon' want a picture, she can hang. Just to tell a friend, OBA. I shoot my shot with this gold on my wrist while we throwing the parties, they throwing the food.
Yeah, you a bad motherfucker. You kind of see, obviously, all the fittings we weld them on the inside, just to look cool. You know what I mean? This is the water box that's gonna be for the Jimmy. Right now, once I'm done with that, I'm gonna build like a little small box real quick, just to baffle this part if they ever want to put ice in it. But for the most part, it should be pretty good. So, yeah, I'm about to weld it all up and then get it ready so that we can finish putting off the tabs and then be ready to go. I think.
Can't reach. You can't reach. Give him a boost. Oh, maybe she can hire earlier. You would have seen him. Was it tip it toe? Take that shit out. Fucking Amazon over here.
Episode, and then we got the intake made. We also have to modify the radiator top line. Though this used to be black, and then it should be real short because the way it was set up. So now you have this here. So you got that there. We moved the reservoir to this side here, so that way we can make clearance for the water box that we made for the supercharger. So, or for the Whipple. Basically to feed, and then we also have the custom heat exchanger that's underneath the bumper. It holds right around, let's say about 3.5 gallons or so total, the whole system, so it's pretty cool. And it's pretty good for, you know, road use and stuff, so that should be enough to keep it kind of cool. And instead of obviously running with just regular water and ice and shit, we put coolant in here, so we're like 50-50, since it's not really a drag truck or anything like that, so that should be enough to keep it cool, especially going down the road. So the way it's set up is basically, you know, fluid comes in here. There's a water pump down there. So this feeds the water pump. Water pump feeds the outside heat exchanger that's underneath the bumper. And then from there, You got that too? Huh? It ain't fireworks either. It's for-
We're in the hood.
Yeah, we are in the hood. So, from water box pump to heat exchanger to heat exchanger to the supercharger, from the supercharger back into the water box. So it's a whole circle.
Man, I have a quiz after this.
You know, that way for people who don't know, obviously what this helps is it's more fluid capacity to where it'll help just keep the supercharger cool. You know what I mean? Normally, some people have like a little gallon box or anything like that. It depends on the application, right? So something like this, I would probably like a little bit more water than what it actually holds, but like I said, for the most part, you know, this is too nice of a deal to kind of go cross country in, but it'll basically get the job done regardless. But yeah, it's pretty much set up. We just gotta throw the hood back on it, give it a good wipe down, clean it all up, clean all the little marks that we left from dirty hands and everything else, and then it'll be on its way. And I think Triangle Speed Shop's gonna tune it. Cause I think the owner is from that side of town. And I think that's who's gonna take care of it. So, but yeah, it's ready to rock and roll.